783, State of Texas versus Raheem Asmore. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Raymond Saldana.
Defense. And are you Mr. Asmore?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Defense has filed a motion seeking a bond reduction.
Right out of the gate, this is about bond, and that matters. Bond isn't punishment. It's supposed to ensure someone shows up to court. But here's the tension. He's charged with aggravated assault involving a firearm. So the judge has to weigh two competing issues: financial hardship versus community safety. And when firearms are involved, judges don't play around. The real question is $100,000 excessive or justified?
State, have you had a chance to review the motion? All right. Is there a proposed agreement or no?
There is no agreement.
All right. Defense?
Judge, I'd like to call a witness, please.
All right. Can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right. You can lower your hand. And if you could stop moving, it's making me a little bit nauseous with the camera movement. All right. If you'll state your name for the record.
Deja Young.
All right. And to the court reporter, that is Deja, last name Young. Any objections to this witness appearing by Zoom, state? And defense, I'm assuming you have no objection?
I have no objection, Judge.
And Mr. Ashmore, you have no objection to this witness appearing by Zoom?
No objection.
All right. Defense, you may proceed.
Thank you. Ms. Young, can you tell the court what your relationship is to Mr. Asmore, please?
Fiancée.
And are you aware of the amount of the bond that is currently set for Mr. Asmore today?
Yes.
Okay, and how much is that?
100,000.
And are you currently expecting Mr. Asmore's child?
Yes.
Is that one of the reasons why you could not appear in person today?
Yes.
And when is your due date?
October 3rd.
All right. Are you aware of Mr. Asmore's financial condition?
Yes.
Does he have any bank accounts?
No.
Does he have any assets he can sell to raise money to make this bond?
No.
Do you have any assets that you can sell or to raise money for this bond?
No.
Have you attempted to raise money from family and friends?
Yes.
What's the total amount of money that's the family and friends have been able to raise?
250.
All right. I'm sorry to interrupt. When you say 250, what do you mean?
Is that dollars or what?
Yes.
$250? All right.
And that right there is a brutal moment. The defense witness, his fiancée, just agreed he's a danger to the community. That's devastating testimony. Even if she's trying to be honest, that answer strengthens the state's argument instantly. In bond hearings, perception is everything. Once danger to the community is said out loud, it sticks. If you were the judge hearing that, would you feel comfortable lowering the bond?
Are you asking the court, based on Mr. Asmore's financial condition, to reduce his bond today?
Yes.
Are you aware of the offense that he's currently facing?
Yes.
You're aware that this is regarding a firearm?
Yes.
You're aware that he discharged the firearm and injured someone else?
Yes.
And you would agree with me that anyone who discharges a firearm and hurts somebody is a danger to the community, correct?
Yes.
No further questions.
Well, I will tell you, to be on the safe side, if I grant his bond reduction, I am going to ask for a referral to Center for Healthcare Services, and they can do a thorough evaluation, because I don't want him to have issues and then I didn't address them. Any other evidence, counsel?
Nothing. Oh, well, I guess just for the court's edification, my client resides with his mother, not with Miss Young.
Okay. All right. And I'm sorry, one final question, sir. Have you ever used any type of drugs in the past?
Yes, ma'am.
And what would that be?
Cocaine.
Okay. All right. Any other witnesses?
No other witnesses, Judge.
State, any witnesses?
No, it is.
All right. The court will hear argument. Defense, is your motion. You may proceed.
Thank you, Judge. As the court's aware, and the court has heard testimony that $100,000 bond is way over the financial ability of my client or any of his family members to make. A bond should not be used as a method to maintain somebody in jail. Its sole purpose is to ensure that they would appear for court. I would ask the court to consider reducing Mr. Asmore's bond. Adding any other conditions the court feels necessary to ensure his appearance.
All right, state.
Judge, we asked the court to deny the motion. This is an aggravated assault with deadly weapon. There was a firearm that was used. There was injury that was caused to the complainant. We believe $100,000 is reasonable under the facts of this case. However, if the court were to reduce the bond, we ask that the court not reduce it no more than $75,000 and to keep the special conditions in place, which are the full house arrest, GPS. We don't have any objection to the fees are waived, the no contact orders with the complainants, and the firearm prohibition.
The court will set your bond at $75,000. There's to be no contact with the complainants. Of course, no possession of firearms. If your mother has firearms in her home, they need to be removed. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
There's going to be full GPS, waive fees, and you to reside with your mother at the address that's previously been stated. There's to be a referral to Center for Healthcare Services. And there's to be regular random UAs, waive fees. All right, is there anything else?
Nothing, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. And are you, Mr. Astral?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you're charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon? That is a second-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine. Understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
He has, Judge.
Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea, the state is proceeding on count one. Punishment is to be assessed at a cap of 12 years in the prison. There's a $1,500 fine. State is opposed to your applications. There's an affirmative finding of family violence, and there's to be no contact. And then to count one, how do you plead guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest, Your Honor.
State, any evidence?
State offers states one in all attachments.
Objection, Judge.
And state, have you spoken to the complainant?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you may be excused. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. We can go off the record. Counsel, if you want, we can set it for a PSI. It'll be about 8 weeks. Or if you would like, we can recall it sooner. And I will hear whatever witnesses you would like to bring. And I would ask the state for his criminal history.
Judge, I think I need a PSI.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need a PSI and a TAP evaluation. Versus Rakeem Asmore. Could I have parties announced?
Ashley Jones, state.
Joanne Akel for Mr. Asmore.
And are you Mr. Asmore?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you entered a plea of no contest to count 1 on March 4th. According to your plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at a cap of 12 years in the prison. There's a $1,500 fine. Affirmative finding of deadly weapon, and the state opposes your application. All right, could you raise your right hand for me, please, sir? Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, you can lower your hand if you'll state your name for the record.
Robert Daniel McDonald.
All right, defense, you may proceed.
Thank you, Judge. And how are you employed?
Police officer with the San Antonio Police Department.
And how long have you been so employed?
24 years.
Well, I'm going to ask you to reflect back to April of 2022 and ask you if you were called out for service for a terroristic threat. Okay, can you tell me where you were called out to, Officer McDonald?
The address is 7313 San Pedro Avenue.
And was that at Jimmy John's?
Yes.
And were you, as part of your investigation, did you discover that Rakeem Asmore worked at the Jimmy John's?
Yes,
And the person that was making, as part of your investigation, the person making the threat, was that Ashley Williams?
State, Your Honor.
Overruled.
yes,
And did you also discover that Ashley Williams was in some sort of relationship with Rakeem Asmore?
Judge,
Yeah.
we're here, State, Your
Officer
Honor.
McDonald, may he be excused? Do you have any
Yes.
problem? Will you send in Officer Young?
Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Deja Young.
All right, you may proceed.
And Ms. Young, can you tell the judge what your relationship is with Rakeem Asmore?
I'm his fiancée.
And you probably need to speak up so the court can hear you.
I'm his fiancée.
And do you have any children?
Yes.
How many children do you have?
Well, 2 of them.
Okay, and are those children, is Rakeem Asmore their father
Yes.
for both of the children?
My oldest, no, but he's raised her since she was 2 months.
And how old are your children?
19 months and 6, going on 7 this week.
And you're pregnant with your third child,
Yes.
and also Rakeem's child.
Yes.
You ever known Rakeem to be a violent person?
No.
Okay. Do you know anything about Rakeem's relationship with Ashley Williams?
Just everything I've heard.
Okay, but you hadn't had any personal contact with her.
No, not me personally.
Right.
I don't even know what she looks like.
Okay. As part of this charge, did Rakeem spend any time in jail?
Yes.
How much time?
I want to say roughly 9 months.
And you would, if the judge allowed Rakeem to be on probation, you would be willing to support him in his probation and getting into whatever classes the judge orders, or complying with any other condition of probation?
Sure.
All right, I'll pass the witness, Judge.
Thank you. All right, let's go off the record. Here's my question. Oh, and your client can come back here. Now, I like to make a decision, because y'all are coming to me, whether or not to send him to prison or whether or not to give him probation. This is what I need to know. And state, maybe you know this answer. I don't know. Is there evidence out there that the complainant previously tried to run him over, previously committed terroristic threat? I can understand why it's not a self-defense issue that's going on here. But is that true? Does anybody know the answer to that? All righty. We're back on the record. Let's continue.
Thank you, Judge.
Sure.
I call Rakeem Asmore.
All right. Can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
You can lower your hand. State your name for the record.
Rakeem Asmore.
All right. You may proceed.
Okay, Rakeem, are you working?
Yes, ma'am. I am a manager
Where do you work?
at Burger King.
And how long have you been working there?
Before I was incarcerated, I was there for 10 months, going on 10 months now.
All right, and how long were you incarcerated?
9 months.
And when were released?
I was released February, I want to say 26.
Of this year?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, have you completed some of those classes?
I completed my anger management. I completed my gun safety. I completed my parenting. I'm currently enrolled in fifth family violence class, and I'm going to start taking, forgot the name of the other class I'm going to take.
Is it the moral recognition therapy?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you just tell the judge briefly what happened the day this incident occurred? What started this incident?
I was just getting off work, ma'am. I stopped by the store to get cigars. I ran into my ex-girlfriend. I ended up leaving. She rammed the back of my car. She had took off, and I had
Hold on, let me stop you there. She rammed the back of your car?
Yes, ma'am. She smashed the back of my vehicle.
Okay. Were you afraid when this occurred?
Yes, ma'am, I was.
Okay. Is that resulted in you chasing her?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you understand now the mistake you made by chasing?
Oh, yes, ma'am, I understand.
And did you do this because of your past history
No.
with her? With her?
Yeah. Technically, yes. I didn't know what she was gonna do after that. So I really acted out of fear.
And you're afraid of her?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you think you're a danger to the community, Raheem?
No, ma'am.
Will you ever engage in any kind of behavior like this again?
No, ma'am, I won't.
Is there anything else you'd like to tell the judge about why she should give you probation instead of sending you to the penitentiary?
Because 9 months I've been incarcerated. I really learned my lesson, ma'am. It opened my eye to be a better person, and two wrongs do not make a right. I have kids that I need to take care of, ma'am. I make an impact at my job. My GM is planning on making me assistant manager. So I really want to take that chance to run my own store one day. And I really just learned not to react in certain situations. I got to come better as an adult. And just being around other inmates, seeing how their life is, that's not how I want my life to be.
All right, any other questions?
Just briefly. And Mr. Asmore, did Ashley Williams run over you with a car?
Yes, ma'am, she has.
And did she call your work and threaten to shoot up your workplace?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, that'll be
That's a
all.
witness. I have no further questions, Judge.
I have some questions.
Okay.
All right. From reading the stipulations, she's saying you brake checked her.
No, ma'am, I did a brake checker.
All right, so walk me through this. You're at the Valero
Yes, ma'am.
and you see her.
Correct.
And where were you when you say you're at the Valero? Were you inside the convenience store part? Were you at the gas pumps? What was going on?
I had parked my vehicle. I was pumping gas. I went inside the store. She had followed me. She went inside the store as well. I hurried up and walked out. I bought cigars. I was pumping my gas. We didn't exchange no words. She was at a pump on side of me. Everything was cool. I got into my car. I was still in my work uniform. I pulled out. She pulled up behind me. Next thing I know, she smashed me. My car does a whole 360 in the middle of Calabria Road. She takes off. That's when I did what I did now. I got out of my vehicle and
Shot at her.
yes, ma'am.
And where did this shooting actually occur? Was this in the parking lot of CVS Pharmacy or somewhere else?
No, ma'am. It was on the corner of Calabria and Ingram.
Now, here's my other question, and this is not a question for you, it's the question of the parties. So did anybody have any CV footage of the accident? Because if this is happening outside the Valero, the camera's outside the Valero, if it's on Calabria, there are different convenience stores all along Calabria that can see what's happening towards the street area. Did anybody collect that?
To my knowledge, Your Honor, I believe there were a couple of attempts to collect surveillance, but none was able to here. The surveillance from CVS showed a male running across the parking lot.
All right, but nobody did any thought to grab any information that would show or any evidence that would show the accident as it occurred?
I do think.
And I'm saying accident. I don't know if it's an intentional or not because I haven't seen a video of it.
Judge, there's not even a crash report that was ever filed.
Okay.
But to answer the court's question, I do think there was attempts to get surveillance. Like I said, from CBS, it was non-inclusive. However, there were several witnesses that the cops did speak to at the scene.
But about this car crash. All right, because what I recall from the stipulations is people are saying they believe there was a car crash, but nobody saw a car crash. And I don't know where they came up with, the witnesses came up with, they believe there was a car crash.
There was a witness that said there was a car crash, Judge. I think it's in the stipulations.
Here's the thing. There are some missing pieces to this case. And let me tell you what the missing pieces are. The missing pieces are, one, were there previous terroristic threats made against you by the complainant, which, you know, you bring officers in here. People normally say they're supposed to believe the officer. The officer wrote the report. Then we have this witness testifying that outside of the terroristic threat to that his employer called in or whoever called in, he's testifying that there have been terroristic threats against his family members. Then we have this car crash. Do you all have the complainant?
No, Your Honor. And the state would just like the court to note that those reports that you have heard were 2 years before this incident.
This is a turning point. 12 years in prison, or 10 years deferred adjudication. And here's what that really means. Deferred adjudication is a second chance, but it's a tightrope. If he violates probation, the judge can sentence him up to the full range. So, this isn't walking free. It's walking on thin ice for a decade. The judge is basically saying, I see missing pieces, but I'm not ignoring the danger. What would you choose? Guaranteed present time or high-stakes probation?
All right, and I understand that, but if you think about it, we can go off the record. Let's for a moment assume that this is a female before me. And there's a male who 2 years before committed a terroristic threat, threatened the family, and then the female sees this male at Valero. Will we be making the same argument about it occurred 2 years ago?
Yeah.
So I just look at people as people. So I'm going to give you a choice here because there are some missing pieces to this case. These are your two choices. These are the only two choices you have with regards to sentencing in this case. So don't ask for anything else. Two choices. One, the state is asking that your punishment be assessed at a cap of 12 years in the prison. I'll give you two. Or I'm going to give you a deferred adjudication, and it'll be deferred adjudication for 10 years. You can step back and discuss that with your attorney and discuss it with whomever you need to discuss with. But those are your only two options. So don't come to me with a third option. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Is there an answer to my question?
Yes, Judge, my client would like the deferred.
Okay. All right. We're back on the record in 2024 CR 008783. And you decided that you would prefer deferred adjudication. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. The court is going to sentence you to 10 years deferred adjudication. There's a $1,500 fine. That will be probated. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. There's to be no contact with the complainant. If the complainant reaches out and contacts you, I suggest you call the police. Your attorney will tell you what you need to do, or either call your probation officer to let them know. There's going to be 200 hours of community service restitution. I'm going to order parenting classes, and I believe he already has done those. And probation, that will be acceptable. And there'll be 100 hours deducted for parenting classes. And the remaining 100 hours will be deducted for once he completes the BIP. I'm going to order the BIPP course. I know he's done an anger management course, but I want the BIP. There's going to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs, proof of employment within 30 days, no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Field visits 1 time per month for 8 months. There's an affirmative finding of deadly weapon. Probation. Is there anything else that's needed? Is there anything else that you need from the court in order to be successful in this probation?
No, ma'am.
All right. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start you off with partial GPS for employment. If you do well on that, you can come back and within 3 months, then I'll do it for curfew. And then if you do well after that for 3 more months, then you'll be off GPS.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. So it'll be partial GPS for employment until further notice. And I'll just say until further notice, but you already have what the court's thoughts are on that, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Judge.